Hello and welcome to another recap of one of the chapters of the Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Adventures of the Sword Coast. This time it's time for chapter number 3. So let's dive in immediately. It is late at night in Phandalin, and Azareah is sleeping outside of the Stonehill Inn. She wakes up from the growling of Gwath, and there she sees Inverna standing close to Gwath, but still keeping a safe distance. Azareah greets Inverna, and at the moment they are planning to go into the Stonehill Inn to talk to Cepheon and Deimus comes walking towards them. Together, the three of them head towards the room of Cepheon. Inside Cephion's room, Azareah, Deimus, Cepheon, and Inverna are discussing what to do and how they should approach Tresendar Manor and the Redbrand Hideout. Cepheon says he wants to cut off the head of the snake by only killing the leader and have the Redbrands work for them. But on this, Inverna refuses, since he only came to get rid of the whole Redbrands and not to take over. Deimus and Azareah agree with Inverna, so the plan to take over the Redbrands is thrown outside of the window. They decide to just go to the hideout in Tresendar Manor and get rid of everybody there and kill the leader. They also decided to ask Sildar to come with them, because they could use any help available. When they are about to leave Cephion's room, they hear several people in arms marching up the stairs. And when Cepheon opens the door to have a look, he looks straight into 6 armed guards, which he recognizes as the guards of Phandalin. The guards confront Cepheon, that he is under arrest for assaulting the townmaster. Cepheon goes in heavy discussion with them about what a fool and coward the townmaster really is, and that he's not coming with them. After intimidating the guards and a heavy discussion, the guards agree that they let Cepheon go to Tresendar Manor to get rid of the Redbrands, and that he will come with them next thing in the morning. The guards leave, and Deimus immediately turns around and knocks on the door of Sildar's room opposite the room of Cepheon. But nothing happens. After a few knocks, trying to get Sildar's attention, Cepheon uses heavy force to burst through the doors, breaking it. Here they find Sildar fast asleep. They feel a fresh breeze coming in through the window, which appears to be open. Deimus tries to wake up Sildar, but Sildar is in no way waking up. After investigating Sildar, he finds a mysterious dart in the neck of Sildar, and they figure out that he has been shot by a dart in his neck by someone through the window, even though the room is on the first floor of the tavern. Azareah then manages to heal Sildar from his poisonous state, and he wakes up. He has no idea what was going on, but also is not able to join the adventurers to go to the Redbrand Hideout. He's too weak, and he will see the group next thing in the morning. Before they leave Sildar's room, Deimus makes sure to shut the window and close it tight with a piece of rope. After they apologized for the damage of the door to Toblin, Azareah with Gwath, Deimus, Cepheon, and Inverna leave for Tresendar Manor, in which Redbrand Hideout is located. With a wide circle, they walk around the Sleeping Giant Inn, which is a location where the Redbrands would feast and drink often. They arrive at Tresendar Manor and they start investigating the ruined manor. It does not take long before Deimus finds a hatch between the rubble of the ruins, and he opens it up and sees a set of stairs going down. At the bottom of the stairs stands an unlocked door with a cellar beyond. The door opens onto a 5-foot wide landing, 15 feet above a large cellar, with stone steps descending to the floor in 2 short flights. Another door stands beneath the stairs to the north, and a large stone cistern occupies the western part of the room, whose walls are lined with kegs and barrels. It is Cepheon who looks at the floor and sees that multiple people have been going through what looks like a wall, and after pressing it, the wall slides open and a hallway is shown beyond. Thick dust covers the flagstones of this somber hallway. The walls are decorated with columns every 10 feet, and the double doors at the west end of the hall are sheathed in copper plate, now green with age. A relief carving of mournful angel graces the doors. Cepheon rushes forward towards the double doors, but does not manage to see a hidden trap in the floor of the hallway, and he falls in. Deimus sees him and runs over to the hole in the floor, throwing down a rope to pull Cepheon out. Cepheon is a bit hurt, but thanks Deimus for helping him out. The group then manages to jump over the hole in the floor one by one and continues their path through the double doors, which leads them into some sort of mausoleum. 3 large stone sarcophagi stand within this dusty crypt, and propped up against each sarcophagus is a human skeleton, clad in bits of rusty mail. false columns along the walls are carved in the image of spreading oak trees. The double doors in the southeast corner are sheathed in tarnished copper plate. The group starts investigating the 3 coffins and carefully search for any hidden switches or triggers that might lead into a trap. They could not find anything suspicious. When Deimus opens up a coffin, nothing of value can be found. Only a rotting corpse. Mere skeleton is laying inside. Cepheon has a closer look at one of the coffins, but decides not to trust it, upon which Azareah opens both of the coffins that have not been looked through. After searching through the remains of the skeletons, she finds a golden ring and a ring of animal influence. Very happy with her findings and calling even one of the rings her precious, the group moves on. At the moment, Cepheon tries to open the door into the next room. They hear the rattling of bones and a growl. The 3 skeletons that were laying in the coffins come to life and start attacking the group. Cepheon manages to use his paladin Oathbreaker magic to have one of the skeletons fight for him and be his minion. After a short battle including 2 skeletons fighting each other, they continue their way into the next chamber. But before they do, Deimus leans against the door with his ear to listen. He hears voices on the other side of the door and he informs the rest about what he hears. Cepheon is not scared and bursts into the room followed by his minion skeleton. And this long room is partitioned into 3 areas, with iron bars walling off the north and south. Filthy straw lines the floors of those cells, the hinged doors of which are secured by chains and padlocks. A pair of disheveled human women are held in the cell to the south, while a human boy is confined to the north. All are dressed in plain grey tunics and have iron collars fitted around their necks. A heap of discarded clothing is piled carelessly against the far wall. 2 Redbrand ruffians were planning a surprise attack against the group, since they heard the group fight the skeletons in the room next door. But with Cepheon entering very intimidating, their surprise attack fails and the group manages to kill 1 Redbrand and capture the other. They free the 3 prisoners and they find out that these prisoners are Mirna Dendrar and their 2 teenage children. Cepheon questions the captured Redbrand and asks where is his leader and where they can find the armory. The captured Redbrands begs for mercy and Cepheon promises he will let the Redbrand live in exchange for this information. They learn that the leader is in his office room, more northwest of here, and that the armory is just 2 doors away to the north. Furthermore, the Redbrands inform them that they have to go back where they entered the hideout to be able to get to the leader. They decide to go to the armory, but first Mirna Dendrar and her teenage children are being released and sent to their freedom. The only thing the group asks in return is that Mirna would go to the townmaster and tell him who freed them. Mirna agrees, but also explains she wants to give them something in return but has nothing left to give them. The only thing she can share with the group is that she might know where a valuable heirloom is hidden. When she was a young girl, she and her family fled from the town of Thundertree after undead overran the place. Her family had an herb and alchemy shop, inside which a case containing an emerald necklace was hidden beneath a section of storage shelves. She never dared to return and retrieve it. The shop was in the southeast part of Thundertree. The group locks the Redbrand in one of the cells and head on to the armory, where they find several unused weapons and they divide the weapons amongst each other before they try to find a way to the office room of the leader. Back through where they came, past the sarcophagi, passing through the room where they defeated the skeletons, jumping over the trap in the hallway they found, and back in the area where the stone cistern filled with water is. Once again, Cepheon kicks open a door and fully surprises 3 Redbrands resting in the room, and after a heavy battle and Azareah brutally killing one of the Redbrands, they manage to capture one of them again. In exchange for information how to get to the leader, Cepheon promises the Redbrand he will also be locked up with his brother Redbrand in the slave pens. The Redbrand shows them out of this room, but not before Deimus grabs some red cloaks that he found in here. The Redbrand takes the group to a dead-end hallway and moves away a barrel. Behind the barrel he pulls the lever and the wall slides open, showing a secret passage further into the hideout. The Redbrand refuses to go further, scared for his life if the leader would find out that he showed the group the way to get to him. In order for Deimus to be able to disguise himself as the Redbrand, he asks his name. The Redbrand introduces himself as Jeffrey. After this, Cepheon locks him away in the slave pens in the north, and when Cepheon comes back, the group decide to disguise themselves as Redbrands with the cloaks they found. Deimus even manages to disguise himself exactly like Jeffrey. They pretend to have captured Cepheon, and with Jeffrey in front, well, Deimus disguises Jeffrey. They continue into the other part of the hideout. And if they ever find the leader, we will find out in chapter number 4. This Redbrand Hideout part 2. If you would like to know more about everything around the podcast Adventures of the Sword Coast, visit www.dancingworld.nl. Would you like to play Dungeons and Dragons online with us? Just join our Discord, which you will find in the link below. And of course, we are now already at chapter 33 of this podcast. And you will find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and any other podcast server. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.